Thank you all very much for being here. I can't echo enough of the gratitude that they just expressed in my own way for the incredible blessing that Chesterton has been to me and my family. And I might get choked up as I go because I already been getting teary-eyed just being so proud of the students tonight. Weren't they awesome and incredible? I really want to ad-lib right now, but they told me I have to be under 5 minutes or so I better get going. So, gosh, we are so delighted to have you here with us, celebrating the good work of our amazing teachers and staff, and above all, our students and their families. No doubt we could not do what we do day in and day out without the support of all our families and friends, those present here tonight, as well as those unable to be with us this evening. I want to thank Your Excellency for your friendship and support. Please know that in Chesterton you have the closest of collaborators in the noble, though difficult, work of Catholic education in the Archdiocese. Many have wondered, and a few have directly asked me, why are you here, Dr. Gerlach? That wasn't even a setup with the MCs tonight. But now that you're wondering, I would love to tell you. The word why, of course, is a question of causality. And while I realize this audience, I dare say a somewhat unusual audience, might appreciate an explication based on Aristotelian or Thomistic concepts of causation, let me tell you my why by way of a story instead. Last spring, my life and the life of my family took a somewhat dramatic turn. We had just moved back to Minnesota less than 3 years prior to beautiful Winona, where I worked for a university with a college located there. My wife, Michelle, and I were invited to be guests at Chesterton's 2024 Gala. And to be honest, I attended because we really wanted to ramp up our efforts to start recruiting Chesterton families more intentionally, as I had done with my colleagues at another esteemed university, at which I previously served for 6 years. Thank you, Monsignor Shea, Mary Jo Feltel, and the whole You Mary team for your continued support of our school, one of our sponsors. We know what having Chesterton families, what difference that makes on a university campus. And so I was sitting where you are sitting tonight, a guest at the Chesterton Gala. I was astounded at the size of the gathering, how robust the event was, the quality of student performances, and I could go on. But one of the most compelling parts of last year's program for me personally as an attendee occurred while I watched the video about the central place of the arts in Chesterton's curriculum and culture. Choir, drama, and even studio arts. What? I was simply blown away. In an age where the arts are more often than not the first things to get cut when budgets are tight, Chesterton doubles down on the arts and defends them as an integral part of a strong Catholic culture and a solid Catholic liberal arts education. I can really get behind this, I thought to myself. Well, despite the positive experience of the night, my wife and I actually left the gala program that evening with our hearts aching. Why? Because we knew we wanted more for our own daughter. More in the arts, philosophy, friendship, opportunity to grow in her spiritual life, and so on. And we thought we were pretty good homeschooling parents. You know, Professors Pater and Mater. As we drove back to Winona late that night, over 2 hours away, we lamented that there was no high school like Chesterton near us in southeastern Minnesota. We would have to move if she were to attend Chesterton. Move again and so soon? And change jobs? No way. But that was the only way it was possible to make it happen. So, and here I have to skip a few details, important, but nonetheless it makes a good story. After several weeks of looking for a new job in the Twin Cities, I found one. So, I'm sorry, I've been waiting to tell that joke since last June, so it's a little flat on the delivery, I understand. And so we began planning to move the family up to the cities, even closer to where my wife and I both grew up as native Minnesotans. And in many ways, this has been a homecoming for us. We are glad to be here with you again tonight, and I'm thrilled and grateful to be Chesterton's headmaster. I'm probably over time, but I'm the headmaster, so. Before I conclude, I would like to briefly highlight two other reasons why I'm here and why I think many of you are perhaps most of you are here. First, I'm here because I love our mission to help parents raise up a new generation of joyful leaders and saints. Who gets to do that? That's what I, as a parent, want from a school partner, to support me as the primary educator of my kids, to form them above all in their relationship with the Lord and His church, to foster their pursuit of and growth in virtue and holiness. At Chesterton, the call to holiness is top of mind not only for our faculty and our staff, but for our parents, our students, their families. This is a little bit unusual for a school. We have a radical shared commitment to live the call to holiness wherever it leads us. And I dare claim that with the Chesterton education, our students are well-formed intellectually, spiritually, and in character, and well on the way to become the mothers and fathers, priests and religious citizens and joyful leaders that God is calling them to be. Second, I am here because I love the joy of the place. The joy of our culture, our school community that truly defines us. Joy is a gift and a fruit of virtue, a fruit of the presence and work of the Holy Spirit. I have become convinced that the most striking thing about our school, in fact, is the joy. You can't manufacture or manipulate or fake joy. Indeed, quite fittingly and authentically, our brand tagline is a joyfully Catholic classical school. I was so relieved to discover this is not just a gimmick. It is a claim that I now know can be defended and experienced when you step on our campus. So tonight, in a special way, we hope you share in our joy, a joy which is rooted in the joy of the Father, poured out to us through His Son, Jesus Christ, the one true teacher, in the Holy Spirit. It is because of God's abundant grace and because of your own abundant generosity that such a school of joy exists here on the west side of the Twin Cities. It is why I'm here, why my family is here. So thank you very much for sharing your joy with us this evening, and we hope you are inspired by our joy.